Been doing a bit of writing in my book here about the art of magic and art forms in general. And you know, magicians, like every other performer out there in the realm of arts, we will spend hundreds and thousands of hours to perfect what we do, not necessarily for our own selfish desires, because they exist. You know, we want the applause, the attention, the glory, but there's an inbuilt reason in art forms where we want to practice for thousands of hours to perfect what we do so we can create for our audiences a feeling of astonishment, a feeling of wonder, a feeling of magic, if you would. And it's really interesting because this is inbuilt in most art forms. However, in business, it's not something that's inbuilt. This is what I hope you take away from this video. And it's that in business, we primarily focus on the financial forms of return on investment. Nothing wrong with that, but I think we forget that there are so many other forms of return. And to a performer, to an artist, there are so many forms of return for us. And I've written a whole bunch down here, you know. There's astonishment, there's amazement, joy, laughter, fulfillment, surprise, connection, sense of meaning. And there's just so many more that I've written down that I'm going to bore you to death. But to a performer, those are all the other forms of return that we get when we perform. And I'll admit, as performers, as artists, we tend to only care about these forms of return, and we forget about the financial form of return on investment, which is why a lot of artists and performers tend to struggle a little bit financially. But you see, I think the world of artists and the world of business, we have something to learn from each other. And let's look at the world of business for now. Most people who are on the path of entrepreneurship, I know right now in the world that we live in, are driving themselves into depression because they believe that if I don't get a return on investment financially, then I've completely failed. And that's my key performance indicator. And that's the only key performance indicator I'm going to look at. You know, I think that if we change our mindset and you put on a bit of a performer's hat and an artist's hat for a moment, if you're doing your business venture and there are people, you're changing people's lives, you're adding more meaning to people's lives, and you're making people laugh, you're building strong connections with people all around the world.
Another one tonight. Don't worry. It's not even a joke, so thank you for that.
And if you take that as a sign of progress, as well as looking at your KPIs for money, right? I think you're gonna feel a lot happier. And you see, that's the edge that performers have, that I feel a lot of people who are primarily in business, who are just doing it for the money, don't have. Because when you can get fulfillment from what you do, when you can get a sense of joy and happiness from what you do, it beats just making money. So in summary, imagine if you started to set new standards for your business. You just didn't have a KPI for the financial returns that you have to bring in each week and each month. But each week and each month now too, you add in a KPI for bringing your customers happiness, bringing your customers a strong sense of inspiration, right? To get back into their businesses, to do what they do. And also on top of this, you wanted to bring them joy, laughter, more meaning. You also have to have a KPI where you set stronger connections with your customers. Imagine you did all of this. What would this do for your business? What would this do for you? I believe that this is going to help you build the best damn business your industry has ever seen.